Alert: Trump's nominee for Attorney General Pam Bondi was just confirmed by a vote of 54 to 46. Joining me now, Chris Bedford, author of Beltway Brief. Chris, lone Democrat to vote for Bondi was Senator Fetterman of Pennsylvania. It's frankly despicable that more Democrats didn't vote for her. She's eminently qualified for this job, which once again shows you that this is about politics with the minority party right now.
It is. And I actually wrote a Beltway Brief newsletter about this on Monday, whereas you compare to Biden's picks, all of his cabinet picks up through this week of February 2021, only two Republicans voted against all of them. That is Senator Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, neither of whom were ranking members at the time or committee chairs at the time. Now, if you look at it, there are a dozen Democrats, including ranking members and powerful Democrats who pretend to ask serious questions of nominees, who have voted against every single one of Donald Trump's nominees. They don't care about him having a cabinet. Right now, they're talking about holding up nominations to the State Department so that money can go to foreign countries. We are dealing with an extremely obstructionist party.
Well, we always think of, the midterms are going to be bloodletting for Republicans because the party in power often loses seats in the midterms. But given how things are going, given how Doge and Musk and Vance and the whole crew are finding so much waste, more fraud, undoubtedly they'll find abuse, couldn't this actually be a real opening for Republicans with this team in place to build on this momentum that they found in 2024, Chris? That's how, if things keep going the way they're going, I think they're going to get more, not less popular.
What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all, Pam Bondi, former Attorney General of the state of Florida, longtime friend of Donald Trump, is now confirmed and sworn in as the Attorney General of the United States. Oh yes, y'all, it's a new day for justice. Specifically, it's a new day for the Department of Justice in this country. And that should feel good for any of us who stand for justice, live our lives according to the law, try to be law-abiding citizens and do good. Well, that two-tier system of justice that we have suffered under for years now seems like it's going to go away. Just a little piece. Gonna get a little fairness, a little equality. Heard that word before? We're gonna get a little equality in our justice system now. But some people got to get back first. A lot of people criticized Pam Bondi because they said she was going to get in office and do Donald Trump's bidding. Well, Donald Trump didn't need Pam Bondi to do his bidding. Anybody could have done Donald Trump's bidding, actually. But it turns out, if you believe that narrative, you don't know much about Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is doing his own bidding. He don't need nobody. Donald Trump done got sue happy. He got a big settlement out of ABC. Got an apology from George Stephanopoulos. Got millions of dollars in that settlement. Got his attorney's fees paid for. Y'all, Donald Trump has spent hundreds of millions of dollars fighting cases under this governmental attack. And we found out with Elon Musk uncovering what's going on over there at USAID, y'all, all the media narratives that we've been hearing about Donald Trump over the last 8 years. Since he decided to announce that he was going to run, we've been getting negative press about Donald Trump. Well, turns out that USAID system was bankrolling all kind of media outlets, not just in the United States, but around the world. So when they all got to trumpeting Orange Man bad, and we heard it incessantly, and we couldn't believe it, we said, why do we have to go through this every day and experience this every day and hear this every day? Because we believe that he's the better option. They beat that drum until we couldn't take it anymore. And some of us, y'all, I've talked to people, some people started to believe the narratives because that's the power of media, the power of well-funded media. Unfortunately, the power of government-funded media, and that has been exposed. Thank you, Elon. They talk about the young kids that's working for Elon at the White House, talking about them riding skateboards and barely being old enough to buy themselves a drink. Listen, none of that stuff is important. What is important is them uncovering the truth. And now the truth is coming out, and some people are going to pay. That's why you see them out in the news media, kicking and screaming and yelling and cussing and acting crazy, because Not only is Donald Trump on the warpath, but now he has a loyal soldier in Pam Bondi, who is the top dog over at the Department of Justice. And oh, justice is coming. You may not understand it now, but soon you will. See, this is nothing more than promises made and promises kept. If you paid attention to the campaign, you know that the American voter was tired of the old way of doing things. They were tired of this shadow government. See, they keep saying that Elon Musk is a shadow government, but actually Elon Musk is uncovering the government and lifting the shadow so that we as Americans can have some transparency and see what's going on with our tax dollars. But they want to tell you that that's the shadow government. No, you always know when Democrats are lying, when their mouths are moving. Well, here we are, y'all, with promises made and promises kept. Every promise made during the campaign is going to be kept during the administration. We can believe in people like Pam Bondi to administer justice where it is well-deserved. And in case you forgot some of those promises that were made, well, let's review.
Is as soon as he gets into the Oval Office, he's going to sign the most comprehensive border security package by executive order in American history. These executive orders will not only fully shut down the southern border, stop illegal immigration, begin the mass deportation of illegal aliens and criminals in our country, it will also begin the process of eradicating the criminal cartel threat from this country once and for all, systematically dismantling every single transnational street gang that is raping, murdering, maiming, attacking, and otherwise wreaking havoc against our citizens. That bill will ensure that every single element of this government is committed to restoring our national sovereignty. State Department, Defense Department, Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Justice, FBI, ATF, DEA, ICE, and Border Patrol. The president has also been clear. He's going to drill, baby, drill. He said this from the beginning. He's going to unleash American energy. He's going to get control of the federal government, the federal workforce. He's going to bring workers back to their offices. He's going to end the travesty in which federal workers are pretending to work, but are not actually working. They're at home watching Netflix while you're paying their salaries. He's going to make sure that the federal bureaucracy is accountable to the president and thus to the American people. He's going to stop sending taxpayer dollars overseas where it does not belong, and he's going to stop funding radical left-wing NGOs that hate Americans and hate the American people, and he is going to stop the insanity of waste all across this federal government, and he's going to fight to bring down inflation and to make life affordable again for Americans, and so many other executive actions in the first day, in the first week, all throughout this presidency, Sean.
So y'all know faster than Pam Bondi could get sworn in, she ran over there to the Department of Justice headquarters. She took a couple photos behind her new desk, and she got to work, as we would expect her to do, as Donald Trump would expect her to do. And the first thing she did, y'all, was cut off funding to sanctuary cities. And I'm sitting here in California saying, hey, we're not just sanctuary cities out here. We are a sanctuary state. Are you going to cut off federal funds to this state? Oh, my goodness. Somebody is going to learn a hard lesson, Gavin Newsom. And we'd love to see it. Well, welcome to the DOJ, Pam Bondi. The article I came across says newly inaugurated Attorney General Pam Bondi ordered the defunding of jurisdictions that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration authorities Wednesday, potentially cutting off a significant money source for New York. Bondi, 59, issued the edict shortly after being sworn in by Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, the GOAT, at an Oval Office ceremony with President Trump in attendance. Quote, the Department of Justice will ensure that consistent with law, sanctuary jurisdictions do not receive access to federal funds from the department, end quote. Bondi's first day memo says, y'all, she not playing. Her first day, she dropped a memo. The first day, she dropped a bomb. She put people on notice and let them know we are coming for you. Yeah, it's not just about defamation. It's not just about bad mouth and orange man bad. Some of these people in this two-tier system of justice broke the law. Well, time to get some get back. We had people in the first Trump administration, Peter Navarro, Steve Bannon, who did 4 months in federal prison. Y'all, these is 70-year-old men, 70 plus. Did 4 months, 10 toes down in federal prison. Why? Because they were held in contempt of Congress because they wouldn't turn over certain documents or testify before Congress. When it was a left-wing Democrat Congress, they held them in contempt. Okay, well, now we got a new Congress. We got a Congress that has held Merrick Garland, the former now Attorney General, held him in contempt. If Steve Bannon owes America 4 months for being held in contempt, well, then Merrick Garland owes America 4 months for being held in contempt. If Peter Navarro owes America 4 months for being held in contempt of Congress, well, then let's retch back and go get Eric Holder, former Attorney General under Barack Obama, who himself was held in contempt of Congress but never served time. Y'all, this is the two-tier system of justice that we must get beyond. And in order for us to get beyond it, it's got to be some fairness. No, we're not just going to walk away from this. They owe America 4 months. And I hope Pam Bondi makes that happen. It will make my soul glad.
Breaking news and late word today from Chicago City Hall that Mayor Brandon Johnson will travel to Washington to testify before the House Oversight Committee. The topic, Chicago's sanctuary city status. CBS News Chicago political reporter Chris Ty is in our newsroom with what's at stake and what may await him in the nation's capital. Chris.
Hey, Marie, it's a safe bet that it will be a hostile Washington awaiting Mayor Johnson and 3 other sanctuary city mayors who late today confirmed they will join him on the Hill March the 5th.
The people of Chicago want to have a far broader conversation in this moment.
But this representative wants to have a very specific conversation with you.
Well,
and
I
your
find
colleagues.
that to be, disingenuous, quite frankly.
A tone change from the mayor since last week when we pressed him on this trip to attend a Republican-led House committee to talk about the risks and rewards of Chicago's sanctuary city status.
I'm not quite sure if this is the forum in which that could take place.
Late word today, he is going, along with the mayors of Boston, Denver, and New York City, all invited to speak before the House Oversight Committee March 5th.
Democrats are hyperventilating and sensationalizing it.
Representative James Comer of Kentucky leads the committee. Upon learning the mayors attending, he posted online, sanctuary mayors have prioritized criminal illegal aliens over the American people. They owe Americans an explanation for their policies that jeopardize public safety and violate federal immigration law by releasing dangerous criminal illegal aliens back onto the streets. And that we will press these mayors for answers and examine measures to enforce compliance with federal immigration law.
This is really about our democracy.
Tuesday, the mayor said his team was working with the other mayors about the trip and the other asks being made by Comer's committee.
We're coordinating with 3 other cities because, again, they didn't just ask for the city of Chicago. They didn't just ask for me to show up to testify. There are a series of documents that they are requesting.
City Hall has not clarified if they'll be providing the documents requested by the committee, but the city's chief attorney framed it this way.
They have requested a host of documents. We'll be discussing with them specifically issues around what it is that they've requested of us, and we don't anticipate being obstructionists in any way.
So what documents are we talking about exactly? Representative Comer wants all documents and communications pertaining to sanctuary status, including those between the cities themselves, Boston, New York, Denver, Chicago, state officials, and non-governmental organizations. CNN today is reporting that newly sworn-in Attorney General Pam Bondi will continue with efforts from her office to pause all federal funding for sanctuary cities. The Trump White House has made it clear federal funding is on the line for cities and organizations that don't align with White House policies. Marie.
That could mean some serious repercussions for our area. Chris, thank you so much.
And there you have it, y'all. It's a new day dawning in America with a new Attorney General heading the Department of Justice, putting the smackdown on sanctuary cities that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration law. Sanctuary cities that are hiding and aiding and abetting illegal alien criminals in this country. Sounds a little anti-American to me. Would you agree? Let me know in the comments what you think about this, y'all, because it's a new day in this country and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I can't wait for the rest of Donald Trump's nominees to be confirmed and sworn in. Let's get to work on rebuilding this country the way that you and I envision it. Let me know in the comments what you think about Pam Bondi And the new DOJ having fired dozens upon dozens of attorneys that worked on the J6 cases and went after Donald Trump. Oh yeah, it's looking good, y'all. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.